Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and very good morning, and I hope you are enjoying your weekend. And this is Umar. As you know, you are watching Maths with Umar, and in this special video, this video is for the students who have been promoted or passed to grade 10 to conduct. This is to conduct a diagnostic test, and this will in this video I'll explain you the important concepts which are required to understand the concepts of grade 10. It will These questions will make you to understand the concepts of grade 10 easily, and that means I can say you that this is the basic requirement for a grade 9 student to easily understand, do the maths of grade 10. Okay, these are the prerequisite knowledge. Okay, so let us start. And recently I have conducted one grade 10 diagnostic test, and let me explain you those questions, and also I added some more questions which are useful to understand the concepts of grade 10. Okay, grade 9. Understood? So I in the description I'll give you the questions which I am explaining, and all please download it and do them personally and check the videos. And if you are not sure about the questions, watch the whole video and do the problems by yourself. The students who are following me, so please copy all the, sorry, not copy, do the questions, watch the video, do the questions by yourself, and submit to me. Fine. So let us start with the first problem. The first question is, find the zero of the polynomial p of x is equal to minus 9x plus 9. So actually, what is the zero of the polynomial? Zero of the polynomial, as you know, it is the value of the variable which when substituted in the given polynomial makes the polynomial equals to 0. Is it right? So let us see how to do it. In order to find the zero of the polynomial, so equate the polynomial to 0. Okay, so that means equated, we are given p of x equated to 0. Is that right? Why we are equating? Because what is 0 of the polynomial? 0 of the polynomial is the value of x, which when substituted makes this polynomial 0. That means p of x will become 0. Understood? So let us equate it, and what is it given? Minus 9x plus 9 is equal to 0. So that implies, so what will you transpose? Plus 9, when you transpose it is minus 9. That implies x equals minus 9 divided by minus 9. That is equal to minus minus gets cancelled, it is 1. So the value of x is 1. So that means x is 1 is called the zero of the polynomial. Okay, so x is equal to 1 is the zero of the polynomial p of x is equal to minus 9x plus 9. Understood? This is what zero of the polynomial. This concept is very well required to understand polynomials in grade 10, and linear equations in two variables, because the zero of the polynomial, this concept you have to understand, because the same thing we call it as solution also. Solution of this particular equation, when it is in equation, we call the zero of the zero as solution. Okay, so this concept is very important. So what is this? In order to find the zero of the polynomial, what you have to do? Equate the given polynomial to 0. Understood? So once you equate it to 0, you will get the value of the variable. Good. Next question is that find the value of p of x. This is second question. P of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3, and find the value of this polynomial at p of 1. So what you are supposed to do, in place of x, please substitute 1. So it implies p of 1 equals 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus 3. So that is equal to 1 minus 4 plus 3. So add all the positives. 1 plus 3 is 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. See, what did the value of the polynomial become? It became 0. So therefore, x is equal to 1 is called as what? 0 of the polynomial. So actually the answer is asked only till here, but I am telling you since the value became 0, so therefore x is equal to 1 is 0 of the polynomial p of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. So whenever you do problems, please try to write the conclusion also. Is it clear? Is it understood? Sorry, did you understand? The next question is find the degree of 4x cubed minus 3x square plus 2x minus 1. Is it right? So what do you call degree, my dear students? Degree. Degree is the, what do you call as degree? Degree is the highest power of the variable. Of the variable. Is it right? This is called a degree of the polynomial. Now, how many terms are there? First term, second term, third term, and fourth term. So, what are the terms? Let me write. Since this is not to solve the problem, this is to this video is for understanding the concepts. So, let me write clearly. So, what are the terms? 4x cubed and minus 3x square and then 2x, and this is not 1, it is minus 1. Okay, so since we have since we are doing we are understanding the concepts, you also please write along with this. So what are the coefficients of each term? So whenever we say, we talk about numerical coefficient. What is the numerical coefficient of 4x cubed? So 4. And what is the numerical coefficient of x square? It is not 3, it is minus 3. Okay, you have to include the sign. So what is the coefficient of x? 2. So you have included minus. So you have to include plus 2. But plus positive sign is the default sign. Therefore, we don't write plus. And what is minus 1 called as? Minus 1 is called as constant term. Understood or not? So the coefficient of constant term is minus 1 itself. Now let us write the next concept. So what is the power of the variable? So what is the power of the variable? Please listen, my dear students. What is the power of variable? Here it is 3 and x square. Here it is 2 and you have x. When you have x, what is the default power? X is equal to 1. Is it right? And here you have constant term. Constant term, actually it is x to the power of 0. Understood or not? Because anything to the power of 0 is 1. So therefore we can write it as minus 1 x to the power of 0. What is the power of the variable? 0. Understood or not? So now tell me, what is the highest power? It is 3. So therefore 3 is called the degree of the polynomial. The polynomial. So my dear students, please, these concepts are very important. Try to write it down in your classwork or notes so that you can refresh the concepts which are necessary for grade 10. So the next important concept which is required for grade 10 is factorize. Factorize x square plus 5x plus 6. Okay. So how did we factorize the quadratic polynomials? By middle terms, by splitting the middle terms, or and also or we have used algebraic identity. Okay, so by splitting the middle terms itself is nothing but algebraic identities. I'll explain you how. So whenever you are supposed to factorize, those who doesn't know and those who forgot the concept, please listen carefully. First, what you do, in when quadratic polynomial, so how many terms will be there? There will be three terms. Okay, the first step is multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term, because the concept is we have to split the middle terms. So whatever are the remaining terms, multiply the coefficients of it. What is the coefficient of x square? 1. And what is constant? It is 6. So 1 6 are 6. So now try to factorize it. So the first factors are 1 6 are 6. Is it right? Now try to add them. 1 plus 6 7. Okay, you don't have in the middle term, but try to find the difference. 6 minus 1 is 5. 6 minus 1 is 5. You have the middle term. So it is 6 minus 1, right? 6 minus 1. So when you multiply 6, when you add 6 and minus 1, it will be 5. But the constant term, it should be 6, positive 6. But when you multiply these two, minus into plus, it is becoming minus 6. It's becoming minus 6. So, can you take these two? No, sir. We cannot take because it is positive 6. So, let us go for the next set of factors. It is 2 3s are 6. So, now add these two. 2 3s are 2 plus 3. 5, positive 5. Yes, sir, we have. And multiply these two. Positive 2 plus positive 2 times positive 3. It is positive 6. Do you have positive 6? Yes, sir. We have. So, therefore, we can split the middle term as 2x plus 3x. So, that means this 5x can be written as 2x plus 3x. This is what splitting of middle terms. So, now let us see. Write the remaining one, x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. So let me remind you what to do. What is the first step is multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term. So 1 6 are 6, and try to find the set of factors where the middle term can be split accordingly, and also you have to find if you multiply these two, are you getting the constant term? The sign is very important over here. So now after splitting this, what is common in the first two terms? Yeah, x square. See, I'll explain you. Those who are, who gets confused. So you can write like this. X square is x into x, and 2x is 2 into x. Okay, which is common over here? Sir, x is common. So let us take x is common. And in the first term, what is remaining? X. And in the second term, positive 2. Understood? So now in the next two terms, so what are next two terms? 3 into x and 6. How we have splitted the middle term? 2 into 3. So what is common? It is common. So let us take. Is it positive 3? Yes, sir. Positive 3 common. So in the first term, what is left out? Positive x. And you have plus in between. What is left out? Plus 2. Now understood? Is it easy? It's very easy. If you practice it, watch this. If you want to watch it twice, but do it by yourself. So then you will not remember. Sorry, then you will not forget. So now, in the first two terms, what is common in these two? X plus 2. When I take x plus 2 common, what is left out here? X plus, and here if I take x plus 2, what is left out? 3. So how did you, is it a product of two terms? X plus 2, it is in one bracket, so therefore it is one term. And what is x plus 3? It is also in one bracket, that means we consider it as one term. So therefore we have written x square plus 5x plus 6 as factors of square plus 5x plus 6. We can write it as x plus 2 times x plus 3. So factorize means what? Write it as a product of two terms, two numbers. So did we write it? That is factorization. To practice this question, you can pause, practice the steps, and after that do it by yourself and then check if it is right. Next, let us go for the next problem. This question deals with the fifth question deals with an important concept of grade 9. Find the value of k if x square plus kx plus 6 has x plus 2 as a factor. So this is what? Factor theorem. What is factor theorem, my dear students? If you remember, the factor theorem states that if x minus 1, x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a is equal to 0. This is what factor theorem states. So what is that? If x minus a is a factor, then p of a is equal to 0. Understood or not? So what is given here? It has x plus 2 as a factor. X plus 2 as a factor. So now let us compare x plus 2 with, for your understanding, with x plus x minus a, which is explained in the factor theorem. Okay, so x and x, they are equal, and plus, in place of plus you have minus. So that means in place of a, what do you have? So you have x plus, can I write it as minus of minus? So minus of minus 2. So what is a? Minus 2. Is it right? So that means, that implies, if x plus 2 is a factor of p of x, then what? P of a is equal to 0. So here what is a? What is a? Minus 2. P of minus 2 is equal to 0 according to factor theorem. Now understood, my dear students, how to do it? See, this is the theorem, factor theorem, which we have studied in grade 9, and now the same thing we apply. Why? Because he has already given x plus 2 as a factor. So if x plus 2 is a factor, when we compare, what is the value of a? A is minus 2. Students, if you are listening this, it will be very good, and you will understand it. You will think that, oh, मुझे सब समझ में आ गया. I understood it well. Understood. But until and unless you do these steps in the paper, until and unless you do, you will not understand, you will not remember it, and you cannot solve it in examinations. Okay, so now this one you understood. If x plus 2 is a factor, then p of minus 2 is equal to 0. So let us do, what is p of x? P of x is x square plus kx plus 2. So let me write for your easier understanding. P of x is equal to x square plus kx plus 6. Now p of minus 2 is equal to 0. That implies, chal, in place of x, put minus 2. What is x square? Minus 2 whole square. Whenever you have negative, keep it in bracket. Plus k times minus 2 plus 6 is equal to how much? 0. So that implies minus 2 whole square. My dear students, say I am doing rough. You should not do it on left hand side. Okay. So minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, minus into minus, plus 2 2s are 4. So it is 4, and plus into minus, minus k into 2, 2k, plus 6 equals 0. What do I tell you? If you have a statement, add the positives. This is positive, this is positive. 4 plus 6, 10. So that implies 10 minus 2k is equal to 0. Now, in order to find the k, what do I tell? If you have the coefficient of variable as negative, transpose it. Understood? So you have 10 on left hand side as it is, and minus 2k, when you transpose, it becomes plus 2k. 0 plus 2k, and we all know 0 plus 2k is 2k, same. So now in order to find k, what you are supposed to do? Transpose 2. That implies 10. Here you have in multiplication. So 10 by 2 equals k. So therefore k is equal to 5. Understood? So these concepts will come. Find the value of k in your grade 10 so many times. Maybe new concepts will be added, but this is very important, the solving of this. So my dear students, I'm not wasting your time. Please do these problems. Okay, so copy the question, pause it, do it by yourself, and then go to the next problem. So the next question is the same, what the concept we have studied in question number 5. So if x plus 1 is a factor of 2x square plus kx, then k is equal to how much? So pause the video and then do it. Now, so if x plus 1 is a factor, so what did we study? If x minus a is a factor of p of x, so then what did we study? P of a is equal to 0. So when we compare x and x are the same, and in place of a you have, in place of minus a you have plus 1. So that implies what is a? A is equal to minus 1. So according to factor theorem, by factor theorem, by factor theorem, P of minus 1 is equal to 0. So let us do P of minus 1. What is P of x? P of x is equal to 2x square plus kx. So 2 times minus 1 whole square plus k times minus 1 is equal to 0. That implies 2 times, what is minus 1 whole square? Minus 1 into minus 1. Minus into minus plus 1 into 1, 1. Students, I have some space on the left hand side. I am doing it, but you are not supposed to do it. The rough has to be done on right hand side in your board examinations answer sheet and also in your classwork. Okay, so in place of minus 1 whole square, it is 1 plus of minus 1 into k is equal to 0. So 2 into 1s are 2 ones are 2. 2 minus k is equal to 0. And since the variable is negative, transpose it. So equals 2 equals k. So we have found the value of k. Simple. If you do these kind of problems 2 or 3, you will not forget the concept. Understood? So the seventh question is, if 2 comma 0 is solution of 2x plus 3y equals k, then find the value of k. Just now when I was discussing about 0 of the polynomial, I told you in polynomials we call it as 0, but when it comes to equation we call it as solution. So what are solutions? The solution of the equation is the value of the variable which satisfies the equation. Which satisfies means what? Substituted in the equation, the value of left hand side is equal to the value of right hand side. This is what satisfy means. So now he has given 2 comma 0 is the solution of 2x plus 3y equals k. When you write it in coordinate form, so what do we say? So this is first x coordinate and this is y coordinate, right? So that means given, what is given? Given x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 0, and these are solutions. Solution means what? If these values are substituted in the given equation, what will happen? The value on the left hand side is equal to the value on, sorry, the value on right hand, the value of right hand side. Is it right? So now substitute. What is the given equation? 2x plus 3y equals k. So now when I substitute the values, 2 times 2 plus 3 times y is equal to 0 equals k. That implies 2 2s are 4 plus 3 zeros are 0 equals k. So that implies 4 is equal to k. So what is the value of k? 4. So the concept here is about solutions of linear equation. This is linear equation in two variables, right? So the solution means this point. What does the solution means? 2 comma 0 lies on the line. So when you draw a graph, graph to for example, this is the point where 2 comma 0 lies. This is x-axis, x-axis, and somewhere this 1, this is 2. So this is y-axis. So the equation may lie like this. That means this 2 comma 0 lies on this particular equation. Got it, my dear students? So 6 minus 6 anyways, this equation, sorry, this linear graph, uh, I only drawn to make you understand that 2 comma 0 lies on this line. This line is not the actual line. Okay, it goes in a separate direction. So x is equal to 5.3. So that is here. So what is the y value? Y value will be minus 2. That means it comes somewhere here. So actually this is the opposite direction. The line goes like this. Okay. So anyway, you will understand it in pair of linear equations how to represent this line in graphically. You will learn. Okay. So anyways, what is the solution? Solution means the points which lie on this line. The points which lie on this line are solutions of this linear equation in two variables. Got it, my dear students? The next problem is the size of class interval 45 to 55 is. So where did we study the concepts of class interval? It is in statistics, right? So in statistics we have studied this class intervals. And when do we use this class intervals? We use this class intervals when we distribute the data as grouped frequency distribution table, right? So for example, let me remind you, so if we have divided the class according to the marks which they have got, so this is what we have done, 45 to 55 and 55 to 65 and 65 to 75, for example. Okay, this is called as grouped frequency distribution table. So in this grouped frequency distribution table, so this is called as class. So what is this called as? Class. Do you remember? And in frequency, what did we write? 15 to 25. Let us take there are two students, 25 to 35. There are four students, 35 to 45. There is one student, and 45 to 55 we have seven. 45 to 65 you have, let us say for example, three, and 65 to 75 let us say we have 10 students. So this we call it as frequency distribution table. And now 45 to 55 is called as class interval. And what is the size of the class? How will you find out? Before going to size, let me tell you, this 45 is called as lower limit. Lower limit. Let me remind you, and this is called as upper limit. Okay, and size of the class you will get by subtracting upper limit from subtracting lower limit from upper limit. What is upper limit here? 55, and the lower limit is 5, that is equal to 55 minus 45, it is 10. So therefore the class size of this frequency distribution is 10. You can see everywhere it is 10, and sometimes you may get different. This is 10, this is 15, something like that. So here the class size is 10, and this we call it as lower limit, and the higher end is called as upper limit. Understood? And now in this frequency, anyway we have started this concept. Let me explain you. The upper limit of the previous class and the present class are same. So therefore this frequency distribution is called as continuous frequency distribution table. Understood or not? And since we have made groups, so you can call it as continuous grouped frequency distribution table. And this is frequency. Frequency tells you the number of students in each group. One more thing I'll tell you. Suppose I'm talking about marks, right? Let us say one student got 17, another student got 25. for learning purpose. So 17, where we will keep in between 15 and 17, we will add in this, okay, tally marks, okay. And 25, so yeah, here also you have 25, and in the next place also, next class also you have 25. So where will you include this second child? So we include the child in the class higher, in the higher class. Understood or not? So that means if anybody gets 25, we will not include in this class, we will include in the higher class. Understood, my dear students? So this is an important point. So I thought of recalling that concept because it is important. So class understood, class size understood, understood class and frequency we have understood, upper limit and lower limit we have revised. So whenever statistics problem, this is very important, please remember. And now the next question is the simple one. So therefore I am not, I don't pause this video, I'll write directly. So you have, the ninth question is, you have to find the mean of 3, 5, 7, 9. So what is mean, my dear students? So mean, we have studied it as average. And how will you find average, my dear students? So the formula for mean is equal to sum of observations divided by total number of observations. Okay. So, and this is called, mean is called as arithmetic mean as well, and also we call it as average. So what is sum of observations? 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 divided by how many observations are there? There are 4 observations, right? So that is equal to 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 7, 15. 15 plus 9 is 24 by 4, so 4, 6 are 20. So what is the mean for this, for the given data? This is 4, 6, 6 is the mean of this. And this kind of data we called as ungrouped or raw data. Okay, so the previously what we have written was grouped data. So let me write one more, so which is a little bit easier to write. So therefore I'm not I don't pause the video. And you have to find in the 10th question median. We have studied in grade 9 median of 48653. 48653. So how will you find median, my dear students? So in order to find median, please remember arrange in ascending order and you find the middlemost. Okay, so which is arranging ascending order means the smaller one first 3, next 4, next 5, next 6 and 8. So first we have arranged in ascending order. Now find the middlemost. So write first, last, second, second, last. So what is remaining? 5. Therefore, what is median? Median is equal to 5. Understood? So now, suppose, sir, you may get doubt. So, sir, I have, for example, here, whenever you have odd number of data, you will get middle term exactly. If I say, for example, 10, there is one more data 10. So how to find out? So last, sorry, first and last, second, second last. Now if I cancel out these two, nothing is left out. So what to do? If there is an event data, you will have two middle terms. So what you are supposed to do? You median, you take the both the middle terms, middle observation of the middle data, and find the mean of it. Mean means you add and divide it by 2. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 by 2 is 5.5. Understood? Listen these problems carefully and then do it, my dear students. Okay? So now I will pause because I have to write the next question. Students, now the 11th question is, what is the total surface area of hemisphere. The hemisphere, you remember, right? It is nothing but a sphere and we made it into half. So you have, if I draw the, try to depict this in 2D form, it is called as hemisphere. And as the topic is raised, so let us find out total surface area of sphere. I'm not talking about hemisphere. Sphere is what? 4 pi r square. Sphere is round, right? So if I cut it into half, I will have this. So what will be the this surface area? See, actually it is like this. Now I made it into half. So this will be 2 pi r square. Okay, this is hemisphere. So now total surface area of hemisphere. So what is hemisphere? So this will be, this is curved surface, this will be half of the total surface area of sphere, that means 2 pi r square. And also I have, when I cut the hemisphere, I have this base. Base is what? Base is a circle. Circle is pi r square. So that is equal to 2 pi r square plus 3 pi r square, 2 pi r square plus pi r square, it is 3 pi r square units. Whenever you write the formula of any 2D figure or 3D figure, do not forget to write units. Okay, so the total surface area of hemisphere is 3 pi r square. Understood, my dear students? So let us go for the 12th one. So what is 12th question? 12th question is, if radius is doubled, okay, find the surface area of sphere. When they say surface area, that means they talk about total surface area. So when radius is doubled, so it is two cases. First case is normal radius and second case is the radius is doubled. So let us say 12th question. So you have radius, this is radius of the first sphere. So I'll write it as R1. R1 is equal to R. And what is radius of second sphere? So it is doubled. That means 2R. Is it right? Now, surface area of the first sphere is equal to, surface area is 4 pi r square. Is it right? Because the radius of the first sphere is r. So now let us find out surface area of second sphere. So what is second sphere? It is also 4 pi r square. But in place of r, what should I keep? 2r whole square. 4 whole square in brackets. So that is equal to 4 times pi times 2 square. This square is distributed, right? 2 square is 4 and r square is r. So I'll not touch this 4 pi and r square. So what is left out? 4 times 4 pi r square. Is it right? So now he is asking surface area, the ratio of surface area. So what is surface area 1? 4 pi r square. 2. What is surface area of second sphere? 4 times 4 pi r square. Now I can clearly see that 4 pi r square and 4 pi r square gets cancelled. So what is left out? 1. So that is equal to the ratio of the original surface area and also the ratio of surface area of original sphere to ratio of the sphere whose radius is doubled is 1:4. Is it clear? Figure out and pause it, and you please practice it in the same way I have done. This kind of problems will come. Now, let us see the 13th question. So, what is 13th question, my dear students? The cone is given. Radius is equal to 4 centimeters. So, what is given? Radius is equal to 4 centimeters. This is given, you have to write. And after that, slant height is given. So, slant height, I purposefully wrote it as SH. Why? Because I just wanted to ask you what is the symbol we use for slant height. Very good points. L. So L equals 5 centimeters, and you have to find the volume of cone. And we all know the concept? Let me tell you, volume of cone is equal to 1/3 volume of cylinder. Is it right? Volume of cylinder. So now what is volume of cylinder? 1/3 pi r square h. So what do you need here? Height. But is height given? Slanted is given. So actually it looks like this in 2D shape. This will be height, and what is this? From actually the cone is like this, right? So this is height and this is r and this is l. It looks like right circular cone. Okay, L H R. L is hypotenuse. So using Pythagoras theorem, L square is equal to r square plus h square. So we know L. L is what? 5 square is equal to what is r? 4 square plus h square. So it is equal to 5 square is 25. 4 square when I transpose it is minus 16 is equal to h square. 25 over 16 is 9. 9 is equal to h square. That implies h is equal to 3. Actually, square root of 9 is plus or minus 3. But will height be minus 3? It cannot be. Therefore, h is equal to 3. Now find out 1 by 3 times 22 by 7. See, I'll show you two ways. So pi multiplied by what is r? 4 square. That means 16 into height. Height is what? Height we got it as 3. So when I cancel out 3, it is 16 pi centimeter square. Because it is, sorry, centimeter cube. They have asked this volume. So it is centimeter. And why did I do this? Sometimes they may ask you in pi. Otherwise, what you are supposed to do? 16 into 22 divided by 7 centimeter. Now, just calculate it and write the answer. Understood? So, let us go for the next chapter, next concept. Yes, my dear students, this is one of the very important concept to be revised for grade 10. It's the concept is the chapter of circles, and mostly some of the important concepts from circles uh, have been revised over here in this problem. Okay, now let us read the problem and try to understand it bit by bit. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Here, what is cyclic quadrilateral? Cyclic quadrilateral, if you remember that all the vertices of the quadrilateral lie on the circle. This is called as cyclic quadrilateral. Since we are revising the concepts, not solving the problems exactly, let me tell you what are the properties of the cyclic quadrilateral. So let me draw cyclic quadrilateral first. So A, B and C and D, somewhere I can write it like this. So A, B, C and D. So if I join all the 4 points, so it will be like this. This is called as cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, and now what is the property of cyclic quadrilateral? The property of cyclic quadrilateral is that the sum of opposite angles is equal to 180. So that means angle P, angle A plus angle C. In the same way, angle P plus angle P is equal to how much? 180 degrees. This is the most important part. So the sum of opposite angles is what? So is equal to 180 degrees. This is the property of cyclic quadrilateral, if you remember. And ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral such that AB is a diameter circumscribing it. What is circumscribing it? So that means the circle touches all the 4 vertices of the quadrilateral, and quadrilateral is inside the circle. It is not that circle is inside quadrilateral. It is quadrilateral is inside the circle, circumscribing it. Okay. So now let us go to the problem. So ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral such that AB is a diameter. So that means let us draw a circle first. Okay, and let us say that this is the diameter. by diameter. This is somewhere center. And now what he is telling, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. That means the four vertices of a quadrilateral lies on the circle, right? So we have to take somewhere here. So this is A, B, this is C, and this is D. This is C, and this is D, and this is center. Now understood the question? See, you have to understand the question first. Now ADC, ADC is how much? ADC is equal to 40 degrees. Let us say ADC is equal to how much? It is 40 degrees. So, okay, fine. According to the question, if ADC is 40 degrees, it should be more less than this, right? It looks like obtuse angle. So, in order to draw it less than 40 degrees, let me write D like this, and somewhere it comes. Okay, so let us say A. Okay, so this is less than 40 degrees. Let us say, and he wants BAC. So he wants this, and now how to do? So so what I was wondered, it is not 40 degrees. That is what I wondered. It is 140. Sorry, I have written wrong. So that's what I was wondering. So now let us take AD and C. So AD is equal to how much? ADC. ADC is equal to 140 degrees, right? So ADC is equal to how much? Now ADC is equal to 140 degrees, right? So what is that? Cyclic quadrilateral. In cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of opposite vertices is equal to how much? 180 degrees. That means if it is 40 degrees. So if ADC is equal to 40 degrees, so what is the opposite vertex? This is what the sum of these two is equal to 180 degrees, right? So 140 plus angle ABC. Angle ABC is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore angle ABC is equal to 180. When you transpose, it becomes 180 minus 140. So that is equal to 40 degrees. So we got this as 40 degrees. Okay, what we have to find BAC. BAC, this one we have to find, but we don't know this. How to find out? So if this is 40 degrees, if this is 40 degrees, what can we do? What can we do? So if I draw a line like this, okay, what is this, my dear students? What is this? This is 90 degrees. We already know. So what is the concept in this? The concept is that um, the angle subtended by a diameter in semicircle is 90 degrees. We have studied in grade 9. So if it is 90 degrees, 90 plus 40, 130. And what is this, my dear? BAC, right? So that means angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to how much? 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angle sum property. Angle sum property. And we add three angles. These three angles, it is a triangle, so therefore it will be 180. So this is angle ABC is 40 degrees plus angle ACB, it is 90 degrees plus BAC. So you have to find out this angle, right? So the angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to 180 degrees. 40 plus 90, 130. When you transpose, angle BAC is equal to 180 minus 130 degrees. So it is how much? It's 50 degrees. So angle BAC is equal to BAC is 50 degrees. Understood? So one of the important concept to be remembered, because in circles it will help you a lot. Understood? So please practice this question and copy it in your classwork as revision of concepts of grade 9. So these are some of the concepts which are helpful for you in grade 10. Understood? So, and we have seen the diagnostic test, and these are the problems where mostly students had gone wrong. Understood? So, yes, yeah, one more problem which I like it most because it will be easy, it will revise the concept of changing the statements into mathematical form. Okay, let me read it out. So the angles, so this will be our 15th question. So these 15 questions are important. So let me see the 15th question. The 15th question, sorry, 15th question is S. The angle, the angle whose complement, whose complement is one third of its supplement. One third of its supplement is how much? So, what is the question? The angle whose complement is one third of its supplement. For example, now let us see if x plus y is equal to 90 degrees. So x is called complement of y and y is called complement of x. So now he is talking about the angle whose complement is. So for x, what is the complement? He is talking about y. So complement is one third of its supplement. So what will be the supplement of x? For example, let us say s. X plus s is equal to, supplement means 180. So what is supplement of x? So x is equal to 180 minus s. Understood or not? Now he is telling that the angle whose complement is one third of its supplement. So the x plus, what is one third? 180 minus s, right? So well, let us take it as x, s and x. So x divided by 3 equals 90 degrees. Understood? So what do you say? The angle whose complement is? He is talking about the complement whose complement is one third of its supplement. So what will be the supplement of what is the supplement of x? It is 180 minus x. Is it right? So one third, that means 1 by 3. So therefore now solve it. So 3 into x, 3x plus 180 minus x is equal to, when you transpose 3 that side, and 3 is 270. So 3x minus x, 2x. 2x plus 180 is equal to 270. So 2x is equal to 270 minus 180. So 2x is equal to 270 minus 180 is 90. So therefore, x is equal to 90 divided by 2, 45 degrees. So these kind of word problems will be helpful for linear equation in two variables. Understood? So try to revise. I suggest you, if you want to excel in linear equation in two variables and also quadratic equations, you have to uh, go through the concepts of simple equations of grade 7 and also uh, linear equations of grade 9. So word problems, if you go through them, linear equations and pair of linear equations in two variable and quadratic equations in grade 10 will be very easy. Understood? And can I see any other question in this diagnostic paper? Uh, Not very important. All are bits and all are of grade 7 standard. So this is it. If I find out, inshallah, let us see in the next video. It is already 55 minutes. So what do I do? I will give this question paper, especially in the description of this video. So please download or write each and every question and write the answers in your classwork. Okay, my students, whoever is following me. So please take care and all the very best for your grade 10. And the only mantra to get 100 out of 100 in grade 10 maths is to practice, practice, practice. I will help you a lot. I'll give you home assignments. Do them. Inshallah, I can say that you will get 100 out of 100 in your mathematics, grade 10 mathematics. Understood, my dear students? Take care. Assalamu alaikum. If you understand the topic, so please like, share the video so that everyone gets benefited, and subscribe, and also comment whether you understood or not. Otherwise, I will not understand whether you understood. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can contact me. You know my uh, the WhatsApp number, and also what is that called as, you know, my WhatsApp number. So take care. Assalamu alaikum.